So, Will, my
So,
HU
yeah, for
brother.
sure. Hey, you Bison.
Yeah, what were we supposed to say? HU?
Hey, oh, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm so excited to be here with you because one, for the Bison love, but two, you're also my brother from the D.
For sure.
And I know your story, but I want you to tell people like, what was your inspiration to get into retail and the merch business? How did you get started? What inspired you?
So, I'm from Detroit. Um, Went to Howard University, graduated from Howard University with elementary education. But while I was there, I just fell in love with branding and throwing events. And one of the things we had that I'm proud of is the longest standing comedy room in DC, as well as you know, as well as other activations that started making me get involved in promotions and marketing and branding and different things like that. So that was cool, and had a chance to work with several NBA players, Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, when they were playing there as well, ex-NBA players, as well as like Steve Francis and some other guys, Mike Epps. So it was just good. So I fell in love with entertainment, but then I started seeing like how it was a lane for branding and merch and different things like that, and how much money was being left on the table with that. And even going to the university, seeing that, you know, the people that are selling us the merch for the university are not black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to capitalize on that. And just watching groups like Kiss and Zeppelin and all these people that's been selling merch for years is not even active no more, but they, it still lives on through their merch. So that's how I fell in love with it.
So we're here at your store, Plugged in the D.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. But this is not your only business. So tell us, like, what else you got going on,
So
and what's your inspiration behind Plugged in the D?
So plugged in the D, it represents plugging into the culture of Detroit through clothing. But then we have a brand called Plugged In Collection, and that represents it's never about being a plug. It's all about what you plugged into. It's about your energy, your access, and your network. So I wasn't the best student at Howard and stuff like that, but I did learn the power of networking and
Mm-hmm.
meeting people and pushing things through. You know what I'm saying? With even people that came before us. So. So yeah, so that's my story behind that. That's the mission behind Plugged In and Plugged In Collection. But we also have Plugged In Agency, and that's where we help other aspiring designers as well as artists and different things like that get their merch game together and their merch stores, and we kind of like operate as a one-stop shop for them. You know what I mean? So
That's wonderful.
yeah.
So what do you see the future for, like, your agency? I mean, retail. Um, they talk about like their brick and mortar stores, or people aren't going into physical stores, but
Yeah.
like you got more like a lifestyle brand here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I mean, it's a joy to be in the heart of Detroit, downtown. This is a very historic, um, you know, site right here, just because of everything that went down, everything that has gone down on this corner. From all the gangsters used to have to come get their clothes from City Slicker or whatever it was, and Henry the Hatter and stuff like that. But then, like now, being here and owning the business on this corner, is real significant. And then we just opened another brick and mortar in Southfield, Michigan, and that's for our more intentional shoppers, that want to come and get the more fashionable stuff. So, it's a joy. It's a place for both of them. But of course, like online, it's important to build that online presence and those online campaigns, and it's an art to that as well. So, I'm living, I'm learning, and just soaking up game,
Yeah.
definitely.
Now, as a student at Howard, a lot of people, go get their degree and then they may go someplace else. What inspired you to come back to Detroit and invest and build your businesses here?
So I did leave. I've lived in Atlanta. Um, I've lived in Las Vegas. I've lived in several places. But it's nothing like Detroit. And everywhere that I've lived, I've taking the spirit of Detroit with me. You know what I'm saying? Even on campus and stuff like that, I was always Will from the D.
Mm-hmm.
So, just got so much Detroit pride and, just seeing everything that was happening with Detroit, even before it started happening, just being able to see it like, okay, I saw what they did with DC. I saw like the regentrification thing that they did with DC, you know, while it was happening. And I was like, if they did that there, like I know they're gonna do it with Detroit. You know what I'm saying? They wanted the world to believe that the bottom was about to drop out of Detroit, and it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It ended up being like, you know, and that's why I kind of took to before I was with this brand, I was with another brand called Detroit versus Everybody, and that was kind of like my attitude. You know what I'm saying? So even my relationship with that brand was through Plugged In Agency. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just see some great things happening for the city of Detroit. I definitely don't want to, I don't want to bail out on the city because, you know, not only I just believe in the city. You know, I
Right,
believe in the
right.
mission of the city. I believe in pushing people forward. I believe in the underdog story. So I'm just happy that Detroit is getting its shine right now, and
Yeah,
I'm a part of it. You know,
yeah.
definitely.
So as an entrepreneur, like what are some of the struggles that you faced? You were with a former brand, and now through Plugged In, and now you launched Plugged In, multiple verticals on that one. But being an entrepreneur, we all know like there's certain things, and I think there's certain things that are natural to Detroit that may be issues. But
Yeah.
what are some struggles that you faced,
I
and how did
mean,
you overcome them?
well, I get asked that a lot of different ways and a lot of times, but the reason,
Give us the raw.
yeah, but I'm gonna give you the raw because it's just like any other business. It's like, and I don't believe in entrepreneurs crying the blues. Like this is what we sign up for. So, like you're gonna do 100 hours a week. You're gonna do that for 10 years before you might be able to ball. It don't matter. Or you're gonna catch some wins along the way. But anything that you could think of encountering, I've encountered it. I've encountered merch coming back, not being what it was supposed to be. I've encountered staffing issues. I've encountered money issues, funding issues, everything that you could think of. But every time that happens, I look to God, and then I'm always just like, this is what you signed up for, and it could be worse, or either you're gonna quit or you're gonna keep going. So I don't cry about it. It's a lot of different struggles that you're gonna have as an entrepreneur. Nothing's gonna be easy. Some people are gonna have it easier than others, but you can't look at what nobody else doing. You just gotta put your blinders on and go crazy.
So, what would you say the future is for you?
Just creating and mentoring and passing down the knowledge that I've gained. A lot of it hands on. That I have anybody to teach me. You know what I'm saying? And just to make it easier for somebody else. So whether it's mentoring, whether it's I have a business, so I have a curriculum that I created,
Mm.
and it's called From the Ground Up, and it's teaching kids how to build a business from the ground up, from the first thought of it all the way, seeing it all the way through.
So, what's the future for Plugged in the D and your businesses in Detroit?
So Plugged in the D, I just want to make this a household name, and the meaning behind it. I want kids to be able to take the meaning behind it because it's really all about, your network, and your access and stuff like that. And so yeah, like just passing that message on to kids, letting them know that they can be an entrepreneur. It's about creating that Rolodex and meeting the right people and just keeping the right energy around you. So that's where I'm at with that. But I've created a curriculum, and the curriculum is called From the Ground Up, and it's a concept where we teach kids how to build a business from the thought, the possible thought of it, all the way through. And at the end, I let them do a Shark Tank type of presentation, and then whoever wins, we pay for them to become a business for 2 years. And
I love that.
yeah, so we help them with copyright and just if they have an idea that needs to be copyrighted, different things like that. And so yeah, just and just connecting with people from all walks, from sports, to entertainment, to to scholars, and we plan on giving out scholarships and different things like that. So just expanding the brand and acquiring licenses with the different universities and different things like that, and just pushing the mission forward. That's the
I love
plan,
that.
for sure.
Well, congratulations on your success. I'm
Thank you.
cheering you on, and you're definitely a culture creator.
That's
So
what's up, man.
I
I love what you guys are doing too.
thank you,
Really
thank you,
respect it.
thank you, thank you.